So I'm gonna start with what's your name,
My name is Nick DiMercurio.
right? And when was the first time that you thought about doing music?
Um, I was playing rock band and I was like, this is fun. I was playing drums on there. I didn't know it was gonna be singing and rapping. Me and my friend kind of just made a mock song. We were having fun. I had GarageBand. I had a webcam mic, and we set it up. We started making just songs that it was fun. Like we were messing around, and then we made an album together, all like joke songs. And then I was like, this is fun. Like I started making my own songs and I was showing them to my friends but I just took it really seriously. I started to just get involved in it. And I was like, I want to keep making music. I want to keep going. So I just started in GarageBand in my basement. Then shortly after that, I was like, this is what I want to do. It didn't take long for me to realize. I started watching interviews of some of my favorite artists, and I was just inspired. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I just knew at a young age.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and how old were you when you were playing Rock Band and
I was
found out
playing
how fun it was?
rock band like 12. I started recording like 13. So
Okay.
at 13 years old, that's when I really started doing it.
And was it hip hop?
Yeah, it was over rap. The first beat I ever rapped on was Ransom by Drake and Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a friend, we loaded that beat up and we made our own version of it, which I hope no one ever hears. But yeah, it was just hip hop, rap stuff. I didn't really start singing till maybe I turned 17, 18. I started playing around with it. But the rapping was better than the singing because I started rapping. But I kept doing singing and I started, okay, now the singing is getting good too. So primarily, I always say I'm an artist, but I started as a rapper. But I also sing as well. And now I'm starting to feel like I can sing pretty good too. So just putting it all together, versatile, do a little bit of everything.
So when you say artist, you mean the fact that you're genre blending as
Yeah.
opposed to just straight up a hip hop artist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say with my sound and the type of songs I put out, typically I'm rapping on songs, but there are songs where I'm singing and doing different stuff like that. And recently I've started to feel um, I wouldn't even classify myself as just a rapper. I'm an artist.
Right.
So jumping into all different sounds and blending genres.
Okay.
Hmm.
So not what we would describe as your typical hip hop artist as far as like battle rapping and stuff like that. Do you battle
Yeah,
rap
I
or
I mean I battle. I wouldn't say I'm a battle rapper. I'm
okay.
more of a song maker.
Okay.
I've done it with friends for fun, and it's fun. But my thing is, I'm not trying to like destroy somebody's life, make them feel bad about themselves. Now, as far as rap, I still a competition. Somebody starts making songs and they're putting your name in it, I'll respond. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But my goal isn't to battle. My goal is to make really, thoughtful songs, fun songs. I like at the core, I'm a song maker. And all the other stuff, I know how to freestyle, things like that. So, I'm not opposed to it, but I would never like hold that as a badge, like I'm a battle rapper.
Right.
Just
Right.
not something I do like that.
Understood. Understood.
But
Not
I
everybody.
respect the craft.
Yeah, not
I
everybody.
respect it's a
Not
different craft. I respect it though.
right. Not everybody's a battle rapper. Not every battle rapper can write a song.
Exactly.
And that's kind of been that way for a long time. There are exceptions, of course. Um, so what artist would you think would like inspired you the
Kid
most?
Cudi is the number one artist. That's the artist. I watched him and I was like, this is why I want to make music. Um, he was talking about how he did what he was supposed to do here, and he was helping people. Like his music was very helpful for a lot of people, and I just wanted to be a part of that cycle. I want to do what he did in my own way, of course. I just liked why he made music. I felt he had good reason behind it, and it was just very strong. I also really like Mac Miller. I like Wiz Khalifa a lot. I grew up listening to Lil Wayne, Eminem, Drake, Kanye, all those
Right.
guys. I have different influences, but I would say Kid Cudi is the main reason why I started making music.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, let's see. So, as far as like messaging in your music,
Yeah.
what would you say that you try to convey as an artist in your messages?
My
Like,
message.
yeah, what's like your
Um,
broader message or your like code, maybe the code that maybe you want to achieve
I
as a
want
person, artist, what
right.
you want to share with others.
I want people to know that whatever they're trying to accomplish, whatever they're trying to become, they already are. So it's just the concept of you are this all along. The whole time you've already like so sometimes when you're in it, even you're achieving certain things, you may not feel it or you may not understand it or but whoever you want to be the whole time you've been that. So that's something that I learned in myself and I had a quick like light bulb moment. I was like, oh, okay. But this whole time I've been like this. So that was very like I see it in other people. Like maybe they're not at the step they want to be at yet. They're at certain spots, but it's like you're already in it. Just stay there. So if you feel it, it'll shine through. So I think sometimes people get caught up and they don't really believe it or they don't trust it. But my thing is like whatever you want to be, the whole time you've already been it. You're it before. You're it when you're 10. You're it when you're 15. It's already there.
Yeah,
Maybe let's say you have massive success at 27. Still, you were already this person. Yeah.
right.
So that's just what I want people to realize is that you already are it. Like I think.
So it's kind of like a almost like a spiritual thing, right?
Yeah. Music has
So
been very spiritual for me. I mean, it's been my therapy and it's been the place I go. And then when people reach out to me and they're like, this song helped me, like, that's, I made it for me. I mean, I have my whole life documented from when I was 13. And it's crazy because it's also, like, how you look back at pictures, it's cool to have like a photo gallery, but when you have songs from when you're like, you now can actually put yourself in the mind state of what emotion was I feeling at 15? Oh, I was rapping like this. Okay, yeah, I can feel it. And then it kind of takes you back. Oh, that's a mic.
so
But so you're talking about different emotions that you're having in that time, and then you kind of look back and be like, wow, this is how I felt at that time. And you can actually look at it and kind of dissect what's happened in your life and who you were at certain times. So I like to look back and be like, okay, at 15, it's not just a photo I'm looking at. This is a song I made. This is a feeling I had. Why did I have this feeling? Why did I think these things? And I got to kind of dissect my psychology. And I learned a lot about myself and spirituality and things like that. And it's stuff that I can share and I can see it in other people too.
right,
So because I figured those things out with me, I can give other people those type of awarenesses and I put it in my music and it's all there. So
right.
like it's really crazy to look back and be like, wow, look who I've become. So that's another instance of, being it the whole time.
So it's a
Yeah.
positive reinforcement and just being yourself,
Being
basically.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And
And just remembering like, that you take up space. Like some people like they don't realize like they're really there. So I think it's really good to be like you're here. You take up that room, you take up that space. Like be yourself because there's only one you.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's good. That's good. So, if you could go anywhere in the world to spread your music, where would you go and why?
uh, I mean everywhere, but I think first, like, probably would blow up in America, but I'd love to spread my music in Europe. I haven't, I went to Italy like 2 times, but I really want to spend time going all around Europe. I think that would be a lot of fun. Um, just tour the world, everywhere, you know?
Yeah, I think most of us want to tackle that, and just to
Yeah,
get to meet other people outside of
different
this
cultures.
bubble.
Yeah,
And I find the other artistry in Europe and Japan and all that kind of just different places is a whole different ball of wax
yeah,
than here. I mean, there's similarities, of course, but
totally,
anyway, let's
totally different
see.
culture.
Have you ever experienced writer's block? And if so, how do you deal with that?
Yeah. Not as much recently, because now I kind of trust the process of when it's time to create. I know it, and I just can tap into that more because it's a feeling I get. It's time to record. Um, and I still put myself in the place where it's like I'm in the studio, I'm gonna create. But when I used to have writer's block, and I'm sure it'll, could happen to me again. I think writer's block comes from you dissecting your reality. So if you're writing something and you're trying to change it, you're not fully being there, then you kind of aren't trusting the process as much. It's just about free flowing and not so much thinking about what you're making. Just write, right. And I think like letting yourself be free and staying, the more you're recording, the more you're writing, the more you're doing those things, you build a trust in yourself as an artist that okay, I'm gonna keep writing, I'm gonna keep pushing through this. You can always go up and tweak things but just let it flow onto the page. Or if you're recording without writing, just let those emotions come out. And a lot of times it's the first thing you say, the first take is the best. The first thing you write is the best because people are over analyzing themselves, or it's how they want to present themselves, and it's not about that. It's just you're writing your story. So if you truly are in a place where you can express yourself, I think it's a lot harder to experience writer's block, especially if you have something to say or a story, which I think we all have.
Yeah. So I had another question to follow that up. Speaking of, oh, yeah, the overanalyzing. So speaking of overanalyzing things,
Yeah.
I completely agree with usually my first idea is the best idea
Yeah.
because I didn't think about it.
Exactly.
I truly believe that I don't write anything that is just a gift. So,
Yeah. It's like an antenna.
yeah,
Like
so
you're
that,
channeling.
yeah, a channel. So that being said, knowing that it's a spiritual thing, knowing that, it's a gift and
Yeah.
ego has to leave and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you find the hardest part of letting the song go and out into the wild as far as finishing it in the the post production process as far as mastering and everything like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Sometimes like um you got to put the paintbrush down because if you stay on one song, Rick Rubin talks about it, you're not doing justice to the next song. And it's just you'll know when it feels right. But I think that just comes from doing it a lot. Eventually you get to the point, okay, like let's get on to the next one. When you're like bored with it or tired of it, I think that means like it's time to go. But if you still feel like there's something I could put in here or something, then it's not done. But it's interesting how some songs take a day, some songs take a week, some songs take a month. Sometimes you write a verse and you have to finish the song later because the story isn't done being told. So you have to live life for that story to be told. And I think that you have to go with your gut and when you feel it's done and start moving to the next thing. And I think if you're in motion, you can finish things quicker because sometimes it's just about making decisions. Sometimes you have to be like, it is done
Yeah.
and walk away. But it's interesting. It's case by case.
Okay. So this might be a tricky one, but
Okay.
how do you feel about being an artist in the climate of social media? Feed me, feed me, feed me,
Yeah.
and feedback, feedback, feedback. Sometimes it's
Right.
positive and sometimes it's negative. And before in the past, it was only the critics in a magazine and
Yeah.
you had a handful of them, but now everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
So does that bother you at all, or do you have any opinions on the rat race of social media?
I don't think it bothers me. I think that I'm aware that content is short form. And that's just the game. So I understand how to break things down into smaller forms. And it's about kind of grabbing people's attention, getting them in, because I have a big story. When you look through my catalog, it's a whole story. And I understand that, to bring them along, you have to start with one thing. So I understand that, and that can be annoying because it's like you want to show them so much and people got quick attention spans, but that's also the game. That's always been the game of marketing. It just a billboard, whatever it is. Now it's just more. I think I'm just accepting of what is. I don't feel good or bad about it. I'm just looking at the reality of the situation. This is how it is. This is how they. So I just take that. Okay. However it adjusts, however it adapts, I'll adapt because I'm an artist, and these are the platforms that they give us. These are the platforms we have to speak. And honestly, the platforms, even though people hate it, they're free. Like TikTok is free to use, Instagram is free to use. We didn't always have that. And then as far as critics, people being critical. I think everybody's entitled to have their own opinion on music or people, whatever they want to think. I think it's just important to not let either side of the good or bad get to you, because if you let the good, you hype yourself up when someone says something bad, you'll feel that. And then I also feel that if somebody's taking the time to leave a bad comment or something negative, something's going on with them. So I just have empathy for them. I understand they're probably going through something if it's really critical. But I don't really care when people criticize my art or my music or whatever, because that's not me. That's detached from me. It's more if they come for you as a person, but at the same time, like, they don't know you. So, and even the good things they say, they love the music. That's awesome. That's what you hope happens. But I'm just creating and sharing. You can have whatever opinion you want. Just it's better for them to not be indifferent. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Good or bad, you still are talking about it, so it don't matter to me.
Yeah. So you're wise beyond your years, I will say then, because
Thank you.
took me a long time to figure that out too. And that's a
Yeah,
spiritual journey as well. I mean,
definitely.
like, it's doing it for you first.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever else happens, it's easy to just be like, all right, somebody having a bad day, it doesn't bother me none.
Yeah,
It's not my problem.
yeah.
So, all
Lived
right.
a lot of life. I'm 26. I've lived a lot of life for my age, I would say. But yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm pretty wise, so that's nice to hear.
Yeah, no, I see it. So,
Yeah,
um, and that's an elder statesman here,
yeah.
what I mean? So, uh, but let's see. One more question, I guess. Let me just see. Hey, what do you think? We don't need it to be super long, right? Okay. I'm going to ask you one last question then.
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
This is good. No,
Yeah.
that's good. It's comfortable. All right. So, what skills have you gained? What? All right. Well, this is not a weird one. I just would have never thought of this one. So I'm going to ask it. What skills have you gained that help you perform effectively as a musician?
On stage performing.
Yeah, sure.
Performing.
On stage?
Um, on stage, really just getting into that flow state, and crowd engagement, things like that. But really just turning that switch. I don't even know how to explain it. When I hear my music, I'm so attached to my music, as far as like it's something I created. They're like my babies. That when I hear the song or whatever, I just get into a different zone, and I don't know what happens. I think that just comes from doing it so much. I think I know how good the music is, and I'm just like, here it is. Like, I'm showing it to you. Like, and displaying. Like, another thing is, like, I realize, like you said, it's a gift. Like, I realize how much of a gift it is that I have. So I'm like, I'm sharing this with people. They get to experience it. They get to have fun. I see it as like I'm giving you something. So like, I think like it's just fun. Like, I don't know. I just think of it like that. Like, people are here to have a good time. I don't take it too serious. It's just
Yeah.
fun.
So you're giving it away, not really expecting anything in return.
No,
So,
I could just hold it to myself, but I like to give it to people.
right.
I guess that's I don't make it for that reason, but I know that's going to be part of the process. I know it's like when I'm writing a song, I write it like no one's around and no one's ever going to hear it.
Hmm.
And then I know when I finish it, all right, let's pass through that and put it out. And I've done that enough times where I'm vulnerable on songs that I don't feel it anymore. I just put it all out. It's fine. Like, it doesn't, I got past that as an artist. Like,
Right.
I can put any music out. I can say whatever, and it doesn't, I don't know. I don't feel nervous what people will think. I think I've gotten just good with myself at understanding that it's not for everybody. It's for somebody. and I'm just cool with whatever happens. I'm detached from results. I'll just work and see what happens.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Being that you have grown, obviously, by the way that you talk and how you feel about your craft, is there anything that you would go back in time to tell your younger self that might help you now?
Just keep going. You already got it. It's already there. Like you have it. You've had this all along. It's the whole time.
And you've already said that in this interview, so
Yeah.
so you just reiterated it from the gate.
Yep.
So awesome.
Sweet.
So we look forward to hearing some more music.
Yep.
And you have some videos coming out.
Yep.
And new songs coming out.
Yep. We got a bunch of new stuff. So excited to put it out, give it to the world. We're recording here at Raccoon Point Studios, making magic. It's fun, having fun, and gonna keep going, keep creating. So.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Nick.
Yeah. Appreciate the questions.
And we'll put all your info in the description down below.
Sweet.
Peace.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right.